Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Sam, this is Bolt from the Blue. I did a little bit of a spread for you all as I charged the phone, and I'm going to talk about it. So hopping right in, the first energy we're looking at is this elephant unable to hide behind these palm trees. A little bit of possibly like elephant in the room energy here, a little bit. I was getting something ancestral. So this could be something that has been hidden in plain sight for you or for members of your family for a long time, or a pattern that keeps playing out. And yet, next energy was this tree with a shovel, from which I was getting family tree, old energies, seeds that were planted long ago, and you may be uprooting them with the shovel, saying it ends here, tidying up this family tree, I think. But then there's this energy of maybe the sad inner child or confronting trauma. There may be something about addressing this problem, uprooting this tree that just makes you a little sad. Even if we know that our family is dysfunctional or a situation is not ideal, like we might still be comfortable there. It might be familiar, and there's a part of us, possibly a part of our inner child, that is stressed. It causes stress, just change, right? Like addressing these issues, yes, but the change that this uprooting brings definitely is bringing stress. So there's this piece of advice from my storybook deck, and it's Vincent and Jules discussing foot massages. This is from Pulp Fiction. Vincent and Jules, the two hitmen, talking about the meaning of a foot massage. This card encourages you to listen to your gut. That if something feels off or strange, it probably is. If it feels icky, it probably is. The most important piece of advice here is to avoid becoming a pawn in the relationship games of other people. To stay in your lane, to read the room, and to gently ask yourself, what are the hidden relationship dynamics here? To see it from a more objective lens rather than getting sucked in. To use your emotional intelligence. Whoever you are, you're very emotionally intelligent. This isn't a problem for you. And right now you might not see the payoff for this work. But there's this promise of a protected Ten of Pentacles, spiritual protection. This can even be like a protective masculine sort of force, someone who's backed by spirit. Yeah, so there's this windfall, spiritually, financially. I mean, it's pentacles, so materially. that is protected for you. And the Ten of Pentacles isn't just material wealth, it's like grounded stability, family, home, a meaningfully rich material life. There's some sense in which this is the result of you having done this work, of having addressed this problem, uprooted it in spite of fear or anxiety. And it leads to this wealth, but it also, the caution is, like, in the way that you are going to do this, you avoid becoming a pawn in someone else's power struggle. Like when Vincent and Jules are talking about foot massages, they're talking about another hitman who works for their boss, who was told to look after their boss's wife and gave her a foot massage. And their boss, this gangster, had him killed for doing this because of the and they disagree about whether or not this was an overtly sexual gesture, whether it crossed some sort of boundary, and they have a bit of a philosophical discussion about this. And really what happened is, aside from however you feel about that philosophically, really what happened is he wasn't savvy enough to realize that by giving the foot massage, he was getting involved in the relationship games of others and the power struggle. It's really about not playing their games. It was really a game between the gangster boss and his wife, right? And Vincent and Jules know better than to become a pawn in this, right? Yeah. There's some sense in which you are, with the Nine of Cups here, sitting pretty. Like, you have so much emotional intelligence, is what this tells me. It's all lined up. Like, you could display it like trophies, how emotionally intelligent you are. And whoever's playing these relational games, these power games in relationship, doesn't have your level of acumen, like this grace, the grace with which she stares at us from this card. It's just this unshakability. You see that, like, the pillars that she's sitting on, this strong foundation of emotional intelligence. With her arms crossed, it's a little bit of body language of like, not my monkeys, not my circus, right? Of like never engaging with these games to begin with. Yeah. So to clarify a little bit with the Two of Cups here and the Tower, there's some sort of relationship that's coming to an end. And this doesn't have to be one particular relationship. It can be an end to an entire relationship dynamic or a relational pattern within your life. Of you bearing all the burdens, other people's burdens, of them being like, well, you carry all the wands. That's just like what you do in the family or in the relationship. Or I have these emotional issues and you're supposed to carry them. You're supposed to carry them for me. And you're like, nah, I'm chilling. Like here's you on the family tree. And people are like, what? What is she doing? She's doing a new thing, something different. And she's doing it with verve, with style. And you know, this is you. And the people around you might be like, why are you so chill? You see how chill she is? And she's got this aura around her. She's glowing. Like your life is turned upside down. Why are you so relaxed? Like, why are you dressed to go to the club? And she's like, well, my life has different rules than yours. I live abundantly and I stay relaxed. And I'm going to the club because I enjoy dancing. And I want my new life that I'm creating to be one in which I dance carefree and abundance comes to me. You're also a bit of a spiritual baddie. Like, this is an organic thing where everything is sort of happening at once. There's a spiritual up-leveling here as well, a stepping into spiritual power. The last card I pulled was this Melchizedek, however you say this one, card number 40 in the Archangel Fire Oracle deck. I'll just read bits and pieces of this so you can get a feel, but Melchizedek is the universal logos. Like the president of the universe, he represents the overlighting consciousness of our cosmos, and so he's a bit like the grandfather of the archangels. Keeper of the ascension pathway, he acts as the bridge between heaven and earth, who helps us find enlightenment. He governs the universal golden ray, the silver-violet flame of self-transformation, sacred geometry, and the 7 cosmic rays of creation, which are all contained within the highest diamond light spectrum. All right, just like big spiritual energy, guys. This is the last card in the deck, and it's a really, like, that speaks to the spiritual realization here. I will briefly read this Diamond Fire Alchemy Cosmic Color Wheel because it will have significance to someone. Picture a geometric wheel with segments that are all the colors of the rainbow within the diamond flame. Imagine you are placing this wheel inside your heart. Breathe in, and like rose petals opening, see your heart expanding with each breath. On each in-breath, you are drawing diamond light from the cosmos and the divine energy of Creator into your heart. The wheel spins in a clockwise direction, sending waves of beautiful diamond light out into the universe. Know you are raising the vibration of the universe. When the process is complete, open your eyes. There's this idea in New Age spaces that as we ascend, we're taking on more of like a crystalline kind of physicality. And I don't know, I think this just speaks to that big ascension energy. This book includes how to become Melchizedek. To truly embody one's highest truth and light takes great courage and strength. When you step into this role, you become aware that you have a responsibility, not just for yourself, but for all life. To embody the divine in human form is the highest level of spiritual attainment we can reach while here on earth. As a Melchizedek soul, your task is to heal and integrate all your timelines within this current lifetime and become one with your God self. So yeah, no small task there. From this, I just take away that, you know, there's this energy here of him looking into this bowl that somehow contains the universe or all of human affairs. There's this oversoul, higher self, God, spirit, source, overlooking and overlighting your life. Like, it's very guided what you're doing here. It's very high vibrational, no matter how it feels, right? This feeling can trick us into thinking that we're not making the right choice. But whatever you are doing here, however this applies to you, you are setting yourself free in an enlightening way. You will become lighter. This will tremendously aid in your ascension, and it's part of your spiritual realization as a human being. These very relational, physical things that you're doing, they bring to fruition a spiritual energy. Stepping into your God self. That is not a phrase I throw out every day. I think it's first time on the channel. Thank you for bringing your masterful spiritual energy here. I really appreciate you joining for this reading. Would love to hear in the comments how this is showing up in your world. A like and subscribe would be awesome. And thanks for dropping in, guys. I will see you in the next one.